feel a little nervous now. All these people I'm meeting for the first time. This is very, very beautiful song, and it is expressing the universality, the all-accommodating nature of Krishna consciousness, and the necessity, the deep necessity for every soul. Sometimes Krishna consciousness, or what we are practicing, Gaudiya Vaishnavism, Bhagavad Dharma, it's described sometimes as the Jaiva Dharma, means the natural religion or path for all living entities. The religion of the soul, the natural religion, path, activity for every living entity. And what is that actually? That is to approach the Lord simply the mood of love and surrender. And the medium for making that connection has been given to us as the Lord's holy name. And so this very, very beautiful practice is being described here by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is all you need to do. Just call out the Lord's name. Make that connection, that loving connection through the Lord's name. So, Grihe Tako, Vane Tako. Doesn't matter where you live or what type of lifestyle, whether you live at home, whether you have a busy family life or a working life, or you're a professional or you're a sportsman or whatever it may be. Or maybe you live a simple, renounced life. Vane Tako means in the forest, a simple forest life. It doesn't matter. Sada Hari Bole Dako. Always take the Lord's name. And this word Dako means to call. To call, not just chanting or taking, but to call the Lord's name. That's really what we're doing, not just that we're repeating some empty mantras or words, but it's a living thing, and we're calling. And we may sometimes call in a desperate mood. We heard one incident about actually Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the author of this song. One of his neighbors was a young boy who later he came to the Gaudiya mission, this line, but he was a young boy about 12 years old at the time, and he was the neighbor to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the author of this song. And he observed how every morning, very early, about 3 a.m., Bhaktivinoda Thakur would chant on his mala. You've seen some of us with these bags of, rosary chanting beads. So every morning, very early, Bhaktivinoda Thakur would chant on his beads outside and pacing back and forth. But what really impressed him is he said it was the way he was chanting. It was so intense. It was like he was seeing somebody in the distance and he was calling out to them. This type of intensity. Hare Krishna, this type of intensity. Like seeing somebody in front of him and calling out their name. In the same way that, a child may call for their mother. Sometimes we hear that example given. So this is what we want to cultivate. Sometimes you'll hear people debate, how many rounds do you chant? How many rounds do you chant? Oh, I got 16 rounds done today. That's not what it's about. It's about cultivating that inner mood of, necessity and hunger. Like you may call out to somebody that you love. That's what we're trying to cultivate. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's used this particular word here, Dako. Call the Lord, call the name of Hari. And Suke, Duke, Bulo Nako. Whether you're happy, whether you're sad, don't forget. It doesn't matter. This is the world that we live in. This is a world of mundane duality. By nature, things are always going up and down, happy, sad, rich, poor, and so on and so forth. But it is ridiculous to become caught up with these flickering and temporary things. But, whatever emotional situation you're in right now, you can connect with that divine plane. Jai Shri Bhakti Ranjana. Whatever you're going through in this current world, sometimes you're in prosperity, sometimes you're poor, sometimes you're popular, sometimes you have no friends, and so on, and sometimes you're hungry, sometimes you have plenty of food. Like, just don't get caught up with that. You can connect with that eternal current by calling the Lord's name. Varane Harinam Kurore. Take Harinam, take the Lord's name. Maya Jale Bada Hoye. You have become bound in the net of Maya, illusion. That is what is causing us to identify with these physical bodies and this temporary plane around us. And we are eternal spiritual beings. We are by nature joyful, perfectly conscious. But by the influence of Maya, this material energy, we have forgotten that. We've forgotten that inner intrinsic core, and we are identifying with this body of flesh and blood, and thinking that we need so many things in this environment around us. Acho miche kaja loye. And can you give a literal translation for that? Kaja is referring to working, right? Like working. So you're working hard for nothing, really, in this world. But now, ekono chaitanya pe. Now you have got some chaitan, means some consciousness. By now, somehow, by some higher grace, something has stirred within you. Like we heard from our friend, he can testify to this. He had this experience recently. Now somehow this inner seeking spirit, we can say, has some grace has come to us. This inner seeking spirit has awoken within you. You're asking some serious questions. Like what is the purpose of life? Why am I really here? What's it all really for? What am I supposed to be doing? To ask these kinds of questions, it's a symptom of divine grace. So now some consciousness has come to you. Now that that's come to you, Radha Madhav Nam, take the holy name of Shri Radha Krishna. Jivana hoilo she shnava jila dishika. This line is very heart-touching, very poignant. Your life is going to end. Your life is going to end. Everything's actually like moving in the blink of an eye. We take so much for granted, but actually, first of all, we know we don't have that much time. But another point is that we could go at any time. Actually, any time we could go. So your life is going to end. And Nabajila Rishikesh, you have not taken the trouble to worship the Lord. Who is your Lord? The Lord, in one place, in another song of Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he refers to Krishna as the Lord of your heart. Hridaya Raje. He is the Lord of your heart. And means he's the most important person to you. Like, who could be more important to you than that person? But you've forgotten about him. You haven't taken the trouble to approach him, to offer your love to him, to connect with him. The most important person for you. You forgot about him. This is so sad. And then finally, Bhakti Vinod Upadesh Ek Par Nam Rasim Aton. This is so beautiful. He's saying, he's referring to himself, Bhakti Vinod Upadesh, and the word Upadesh means an instruction. But he's not. He's saying Bhakti. This is the instruction of Bhakti Vinod. But when you say instruction, you have some particular idea of what an instruction is. But his instruction is is different. He's saying the only instruction that I have is to taste the nectar of the holy name. I want you to taste the most inconceivable, unimaginable joy and happiness and ecstasy. This is my order to you. This is my only instruction to you. Not do this and do that and study this and study that, and no, I just want you to taste some incredible nectar, something incredibly tasty. This is my order to you. This is my desire for you. There's another verse by one of our teachers, and he's glorifying his Gurudev and saying that he forced me to taste some nectar. I didn't want to taste that nectar, but he made me taste it. And he went to so much trouble. I had no desire to taste. I didn't know what it was. Sometimes you experience persons who have suffered a lot, like maybe they've been cheated a lot, many times. If you go to help them, they're like really suspicious. Like, what is that? It's too good to be true. They're very cautious about that, And actually, we are like that. We live in, we have such a finite conception of what joy and what happiness is. We can't really conceive of what it is that is being extended to us, because it's so like beyond our range of understanding. So we're not really like coming forward to accept it. We're not really coming forward and saying, yes, I want this and I need this and I need to reciprocate with this, because it's so far beyond anything we can imagine or conceive. So we're not really like fully coming to take this. But our teachers, our gurus, they're so kind, they're so patient, they're so benevolent, They're like again and again trying, like reminding us and, instructing us again and again, trying in so many extensive ways to make us understand why this is so wonderful and to show us how we can get it.
Please, it's nice, come.
I promise you, you're gonna like it.
Please, try. It's nice.
We'll give you some free samples. Just try it. I don't want anything in return. Just try a little bit.
That's interesting.
So it's very, very beautiful and heart-touching song by Srila Bhakti Thakur. Okay, stop there.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thakur ki
Jai.
Jai. Shaka Didi ki
Jai.
All right, but we now have with us Bhakti Vrindan Madhusudan Maharaj, and having had some Kirtan appreciation, now we have as our final activity for the evening, prior to Prasadam, some session where devotees can share some of their personal experience of Bhakti Yoga. So Maharaj has many, many years of experience, and especially many years of experience in India in the association of our Divine Masters. So we'd like to invite him to share some of that wealth with us and guide us for the rest of the evening in this session.
Well, I understand I'm the MC to invite others to tell their experiences. But I came in at the end of your Kirtan appreciation. But can I ask one thing? Can I move over there? Because this, I know you need ventilation, but this is going to trouble me a little bit.
Wherever you're comfortable.
Yeah, so I'll just move to this. Prevention is better than the cure, and I'm just noticing that the cold air is coming, so please be conscious. And also, a little nearer, everybody. So, I came at the end of the Kirtan appreciation section. However, I think there was some reference here. One of my experiences, because Marge is asking me to say something about Bhakti appreciation of our own kind of feelings that we've got when we've come to devotional service. And one of my very early feelings, and feeling which is still with us until today, is so grateful we've got a place to put our energy. We know we are putting our energy to something which is truly worthwhile. And in this world, everyone's busy doing something. And in our former life, we're also busy doing this, that and the other. And generally trying to do good things. But in this world, nothing is really properly satisfying. You're getting some temporary satisfaction doing this, but always feeling, oh, what we're doing is temporary, but what is going to be my actual career, if you like, where I'm going to put my whole energy. And when I came across the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, the teachings that were presented in the book which I had, which is by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, then it was just such a clear thing that our energy is meant for serving the Lord through His devotees. And this is has an eternal result. It is not something which is temporary, it is something which is permanent. And we are using our energy before actually traveling a lot, which, okay, now I'm traveling, you can say, but I'm not actually traveling any longer. But I used to use my energy traveling a lot. We used to do safaris and long-distance safaris, short safaris, went all over the place. And at that time, if I stayed somewhere for more than 3 days, literally, this was my experience then, and I felt it very much. If I stayed somewhere for 2 days, oh, okay, you're exploring the local area, you're doing something. 3 days was like maximum. After that, it's like we need to move on to somewhere else. Like, okay, we've seen here, but okay, now what? So the inquisitiveness of what's over the next hill, what's in the next country, what's in whatever it may be, the next environment was there. But when I came to Krishna consciousness, came to the temple, and came to, especially, Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Maharaj, to the lotus feet, literally lotus feet, well, okay, literally, yes, literally lotus feet of Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj. There we found the place to travel to. Like, here is the destination. Unknowingly, we're doing so many things, we're young and we have that opportunity. And unknowingly we were really looking for, the perfect place, the perfect environment, even though we're just thinking it is adventure. We're going to see different countries and different tribes, different mountains, different deserts, different seashores, all sorts of different nature like this. But subconsciously there's some kind of a search that's going on inside. And coming to the lotus feet of Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj, it was, we've come to the destination. And then history shows that after coming there to Srila Sridhar Maharaj and to Srila Govinda Maharaj, really, I had no desire to go anywhere, no desire, oh, I should go there, or like itchy feet, they say. You have itchy feet. I did not have itchy feet, except when the mosquitoes came. But why? Because really we were in a very home environment, kept busy, and using our energy in a way which is the proper use of energy, which is we are engaged in devotional activity. And now, like I suppose 4 or 5 years ago, I was speaking to somebody, and he was educated, good, bright, maybe 30 years old, good person, American from Hawaii, in fact, but he was somebody just I met, and we were on the train together. And when you, especially in India, when you're on a train, you always talk with people who are around you. Indian trains are a great place to meet people. And anyway, so he was from Hawaii, and then he's asking, because we're dressed like this, and asking what you do, this, that, and the other, and I'm explaining. But then when I mentioned that we are using our energy, we're doing Bhakti yoga, what we're talking about especially this weekend, but this Bhakti yoga. And he's asking, so how much do you get paid? And I said, I've not received a pay packet since 1980. I've not had a single pay packet since 1980. And then it was beyond his bit. How can you do something without getting something in return? I couldn't do this. It's like it's beyond his idea that you could use your energy for giving and for forgiving to it, but for giving and without wanting any reward, something back. But it's a natural activity. It is actually the natural activity of the clean heart to be a giving unit. And if you think about it, and actually great thinkers have thought about it, there are essentially only three things you can do with your energy. You can either exploit, to do like that Hawaii man is feeling, that, oh, you're going to do something to get something in return. You're going to get something. I'm going to do, okay, I'll do that if you pay me, $20 an hour. Then I'm getting something. I'm going to get something by my activity. That's one thing you can do. The second thing you can do is nothing. Or you can't even do that, actually. But the tendency is to do nothing. For those who have a little more idea that, oh, for every action there is a reaction. As I exploit, I'm going to have to repay that. Then that's going to mean, oh, I'm going to be poor, I'm going to be in a difficult position, etc. Then they're thinking, oh, so any action, everything is reactionary in a bad way, so I shouldn't do anything. And then, so that's like renunciation, stopping everything. And the third thing, the only other thing, is to give your energy, to be a giver. So you can exploit, you can do nothing, or you can be a giver. And Bhakti Yoga is where we found that place where we can really give our energy for the most worthwhile purpose. The purpose is, our original father is Krishna. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Adi Govinda Savakarana Karanam. So our origin of everything is coming from Krishna, who just happens to be reality, the beautiful, most charming, most sweet, most everything else. He is our father, and we are meant for him. The creation he hasn't created so that we will just take everything from him and only ask him, oh, give me this, give me this, give me this. The opposite. The whole idea of Bhakti Yoga is that we will give for his satisfaction, for his pleasure, and out of natural inclination, out of what is the most natural inclination? Affection, love, all of this relationship which we get glimpses of some like shadow degree within the material world, but which is found in its wholesome and full degree in the spiritual plane. So I can say that coming, first of all, to read the books without any association, like seeing, oh, here is what we should be doing with our energy, and then presently coming into the association and being accepted in the association of Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj, there it was just like, here we've got our proper purpose, my energy is going in the right direction, what can we do, how can I fit in? And from then on it is simply a matter of, we are not trying to do anything for ourselves, but this is the principle and the perfect arrangement. And in India with them, it was really automatically, we're not doing things for ourselves. What do we need to do for ourselves? We are doing everything to help others. And ultimately, that is everything to help the Vaishnavas. This is going through to Krishna. So for me, to be able to use my energy, but in the proper way, to know that, okay, here we've got our place, and now I'm in the right place. The destination, whether it is a physical search or whether it is a internal thinking search, but the destination of that search is, okay, I'm living, I've got energy. Here, please, I need some service. Can somebody give me some service, something to do? I want that connection. And I was first reading the books without any connection, not even knowing where I can find a devotee, but reading the book. And it sounds so wonderful, but felt very much, yes, it's all very good, but where are the devotees? Where are these people? Where is the author of this book? And then we came, by the grace of the Lord and the devotees, we came to the feet of Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj. And it is a very great treasure, and we want everyone to also be nourished and feel part of that family, and also to have this opportunity to serve within the family. And you can say, oh, there's not enough things for me to do. How can they find something for me to do? the material world has 1 billion, if not, how many billion people live in the world? 3 or 4 billion people live in the world. Well, all those, well, however the many 0.8 billion plus billion, all these billions of people all have some very important engagement which keeps them busy all the time. But that is in the shadow energy, in this material sphere. So what to speak of the opportunity in the living plane, the life plane? There is so much opportunity, and there is a place for everybody. Our home is there. In our home there is a place. So this is my little 10 cents worth, that coming into the shade of the glance of these wonderful souls, now I've got somewhere useful, something useful to do. And let us always keep in association of those persons and always pray to have some opportunity to serve. And I feel it is by Gurudev and Guru Maharaj's grace that still they are keeping us in the association of the devotees around the world, and keeping us in association and keeping us with some duty to do. So we pray that that service may be accepted by the Vaishnavas and by them. So this is my 10 cents worth, 5 cents, 1 cent. But then I'm meant to be the MC, asking others to say something, and I probably spoke too long because we're trying to share with different devotees. And what I can do is ask Divya Shakti Devi Dasi. Divya Shakti Devi Dasi, she is looking very young, but she is an old-time devotee. She has lots of years of experience in the association of pure devotees. And she's very practical, and she can share something with us of her devotional Bhakti revelation.
Maybe we can ask everyone to move up, because they're getting very squashed in the back.
Yes, please come.
I have no idea.
And are you comfortable on the floor?
Yes.
Okay,
Again,
because we
when
can
you can't-
definitely, we can find a chair for you. If anybody needs a chair.
Again, when you came to Gurudev.
Cheers.
Kanji, please come.
Yeah.
Yadala.
Hare
Yes, and please, more mats must be somewhere. Please put mats so that there's always places free and devotees are feeling welcome to be in.
Hare Krishna, Jai Gurudev, Vanchakalpa, Tarubhischa, Kripasandevi, Vacha, Patitanam, Bhavanevya, Vaishnava,
Yes.
Guru Ravista, Supradham, Guru
This won't be able to go that far.
Chincha Chincha Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Pantam Nagam Govindam Vedamam Palavaratam Bhaktan Vitamsam Devam Devantanam Suchanda Varanam Balaka Chelantitam Sandrananda Panam Sarekaranam Vairagi Vitamsanam Shri Sarantana Dem Subhakti Lasitam Saraspatanam Varam Vande Tam Shivaram Maleka Sharanam Shasvaram Shridaram. Well, I was just thinking, where do I begin? What should I say? What do I say? So you asked me about to give something about Krishna consciousness. I don't know anything about Krishna consciousness. All I know is about the association of the devotees and the Vaishnavas. And I feel that everything in my life has been dependent on the Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas have brought me to the lotus feet of Sri Gurudev and Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and without the Vaishnavas, I would be nowhere. So I just feel like everything has been sent here, sent to me through Guru and Vaishnava. Sureshri Didi said, well, anyway, she said, well, I should start with how I met and came to the mission or something like that. But I'm just feeling to talk about mercy of the Vaishnavas. It keeps popping up in my heart. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj, when I first met him, it was pretty miraculous in Sri Navadip Dham. And through the mercy of the devotees, I got to go there and meet with his divine grace, which was very, very rare for me to have that opportunity. When I saw a video of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, I knew that I had wanted to go and meet him, and I didn't want to miss that opportunity to come to meet such a great Mahabhagavat as Srila Sridhar Maharaj, because I had missed Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So I was very hungry for that, and very desperate feeling, and extremely desperate that I just wanted to do anything to get to India and meet Guru Maharaj. So that was my driving force. Hearing his words, seeing his video, and reading the books of Srila Sridhar Maharaj that had been transcribed by Goswami Maharaj, yeah. And so that was very, very enlivening for me to come in association with all the scriptures and the talks of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. But I really have to be honest with you all tonight, because I'm a little bit tired. But I just want to say that I feel very blessed to be here at this Bhakti Yoga retreat, and in the presence of all these devotees here. And now Vishaka has come, and Bimala Didi has come, and Tyagi Maharaj is here, who has organized everything and given us so much inspiration to move on and to take a deeper step in coming together in this community, and reaching out to the immediate community, and to all the people around here in Santa Cruz. And I'm sure this is so pleasing to Gurudev and Guru Maharaj, how we get to spread this mission this way, and show people how happy you can be in Krishna consciousness, and how it's a natural thing, and it's not an imposition on the mind, or some false thing, but that it's a real thing from the heart. It's a heart transaction, and you cannot deny your heart, and so it will move everybody. And so I'm just very grateful to be here in association of all these devotees at this Bhakti Yoga retreat. And I think that we will probably have more than these every year. This will not be the first one, but I'm sure there'll be more to come. And there's so much coming from this in the association of devotees. So many new people are coming, and so many new ideas are coming. And so much inspiration is coming from so many people, including myself in here. And it's just a very blessed event, and I'm very grateful to be here. I can't say too much because, like I said, I'm a little tired. And so please forgive me for my offenses and for trying to speak something, but we're very fortunate to come into contact with this line of spiritual life in Krishna consciousness and Krishna conception. And I'm just grateful to be here. So my dandavats to everybody. Sorry. Please forgive me. I must say it again.
And Krishna Shrai, who is sitting right beside you, very easy to pass the microphone on. yours, just some personal Bhakti, Bhakti appreciation from your own feeling.
I'm kind of losing my voice, but I don't know. I just became convinced, like when I was a teenager and ended up meeting the devotees and moving in the temple in St. Louis, Missouri, and then in 1983 I'd had some problems in ISKCON. It was great chanting the holy name and associating with devotees, but some problems. And then when I found out about Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math in 1983, it was like a breath of fresh air. There's some of these problems I'm experiencing in ISKCON. So many nice things, but some of the problems that I saw, they were not happening in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Math, and especially then when I first met Srila Govinda Maharaj in November of 1990, I just such affection, and even my sister commented. She said, since you've gotten initiated by Srila Govinda Maharaj, you just seem like you've changed in a very positive way. I always, when I come to the temple, I try and make it a very positive thing, because I know I need to keep coming back. And especially it's easy to come back here because the devotees are always so sweet and kind. And I think that's what we're all looking for is, affection. And I saw that in Srila Govinda Maharaj, so much affection. And I see that here. And I guess that would be about all I'd have to comment.
Beautiful. Jai Krishna, Jai Prabhu ki Jai. And so you could pass over to Sureshwari kindly. And Sureshwari Devirasi is a disciple of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And she has a lifetime of experience, and you can give us maybe some special moments of your own experience.
Well, my husband and I and 2 kids came to live at New Vrindavan in 1970. And Srila Prabhupada was there, and he stopped the kirtan. There was maybe 200 people there. We stayed for the week. And he stopped the kirtan, and he said, now you're experiencing pleasure for the first time in your life. It was pretty amazing. So we were there for many, many years, and then Srila Prabhupada had left his body, and the flavor changed. And my husband was best friends with Goswami. So we got to come right along with Goswami, printed all those books, and the deities came here, and Hashipriya asked me to come be the cook. And then just like you were saying about destination, they were installing the deities, and they said we could give our jewelry, if it's real gold, give any jewelry, even if it was used, we could give it to the deity. And everyone was taking off their jewelries and giving. And my husband had just died a few years earlier, and I had my wedding ring. I thought, oh, good. This is the destination. This is where I've been waiting for my whole life. This is what I've been working for. This was the place I was going. So I was totally excited about that. And I got to be here ever since and doing a lot of wonderful things and trying to not annoy too many people. That's my thing.
And the microphone is close to Narayani Devirasi, one of our young generation. How old is your son?
20 in a few days.
20 in a few days. Narayani is about 25 years old.
Growing up. I'm really shy. Do I really have to speak? I would have to say maybe a little story of Gurudev when I was 14 years old in Jagannath Puri, and I guess I used to be a very, very shy person, and I had heard so much about him and saw so many videos, and then, landed in Jagannath Puri, went on the train for a few days, I think, I can't remember all the devotees that were there, but Sita and my mother were there. I think also you were there.
Yes.
And Purnananda Prabhu, and it was the opening of Jagannath Puri temple at that time. And I didn't have Harinam, and I met Srila Govinda Maharaj, and after seeing like all the videos, I was super shy. And there's a space between the ashram and the temple, and you have to walk across the sand. And I had come from the temple, and I'm walking, and all of a sudden Srila Govinda Maharaj Gurudev is right there walking on the sand with me. We're the only two people on the sand. And I became so shy, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, what do? I don't want to do Dandavats. I couldn't do anything. So I just decided to pretend that he wasn't there. And so I'm like walking, like just pretending. And then I got all the way across the sand and stood on the road and went, yeah, I did it. Turned around, and him and Purnananda Prabhu were sitting on the wall, like looking at me, laughing and smiling at me. So I just went, oh my God. So I think I did a quick Dandavats, and he just kind of looked at me and smiled, like, at my silliness, like, completely seeing what I did, and I think I, like, ran away, you know, so, like, that was probably my moment, and then I'm like, okay, I think he won my heart over then. And then so many, like, he could just sit there and look at you even up here in Soquel in his, you know, up in the, not really veranda, but living room area portion. And he would sit there, and I'd sometimes look at him, and he, like, everything that he's feeling, he just, like, look at you and, like, convey that. So, like, I think he had a very magical presence where he could just see you and hold you and, I don't know, somehow see you and give you just, I mean, his presence was everything. Oh my God.
Jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Govinda Deva Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Shamo Ini. Our energetic presenter of the truth to her friends and those she meets. Please take the microphone.
This is yours. You're up.
I know, it's scary sometimes.
I did it,
Only
you have to do it
sometimes,
too.
Not all the time.
Well, I don't really know what to say.
What inspires you in Krishna consciousness? Why are you sharing this with all your friends?
I like to share it with my friends because I feel like there's nothing better to do. Like, there's no other thing that can bring you such deep fulfillment and satisfaction and happiness and I don't know. And it's just like the best thing ever, so I want to give it to them, or try to, I don't know, have them.
What makes you most happy about being here?
What makes, just everybody is so kind and selfless and trying more and more to be better. Everybody's always trying to connect and just correct themselves, even though they're so amazing, but they're always like trying to be the nicest or humblest or most giving, and it's a good environment and a good like influence if you're trying to also do those things. So, and that's what makes me happy, because it's just being around so many loving people, and yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Vishakha, I think you are next in the row.
Oh no, but I already spoke.
Okay, we can share around. And beside you is one very exalted soul who has done so much seva over the years and continues to do seva.
Pavan, all the Vaishnavas, Patita Pavan, give me mercy so I can just convey and share what Gurudeva gives us. So I don't think I can say or do anything really properly, but Gurudeva, actually I can say one thing. I am always crying out for Gurudeva. Gurudeva must be saying, oh my gosh, this crying girl, she can't stop crying and praying. Because I do have the desperate mood. My mood is desperate, meaning I really see the need of that help, the need of that enlightenment and sharing. So Gurudeva is my constant one that I'm calling and praying and saying, well, Gurudeva, what shall we do now? What would you do? And when I was doing at the airport service for Gurudeva mission, I would be put in many different difficulties. And I would say, okay, now first, before I left where I was staying, I would say, okay, Gurudeva, here we go. Now, you are going to do this. You, Gurudeva, not me. I'm going to be your instrument. So let's go. And I wouldn't forget that. It was not something that I would, okay, now I'm going to say that. I would just, well, that's a reality. I'm going to go out there in this battlefield. So, Gurudeva, let's go. And many challenges, many difficulties when it's too many people. You have to deal with each person, their individuality, their difficulties, everything that's going on. And you're going to stop them and say, you need to stop, you need to be here, and you need to do this. This is very important. This is very important. You need to do that. So that's not easy in a place that was airport and people would be rushing by, and they really, the last thing they need is to talk to you. So then I knew that was the mood I have asked for. When I met Vaishnavis, when I met all these beautiful saintly people in Brazil, through Gurudeva's devotees, I hear about Gurudeva. To Gurudeva devotees, I hear about you can do seva. And I go, oh wow, seva, that's what I like. That's what I told my friend here. Seva, the best. Can I do seva? Can I help? So I had, that was really enchanting. So knowing that this is so important, here you are in this situation where you are telling to people, this is important for you. So I would ask, please, Gurudeva, you are doing this. And actually, it's magical. I could see that all was coming from Gurudeva. All the things that happen, things would happen. People would come and listen to you. And we had a competition. And this competition said, how come? What did you say? What do you say that these people all want to cooperate? So, well, I don't say anything. It's something that is necessary for them. And they try to imitate me. I would say a few things. They imitate and didn't work. Then at one point I explained to some people that were interested. I said, well, I am not saying this. It's my teacher, the Lord. He is helping. So you please thinking this way. You just pray. You are not doing this. You're getting the opportunity to do some good work. So thinking that way. So I would, and that coming from Gurudeva, instructions of what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bring to us for his teaching to us when he come to this era we are now, Kali Yuga. Always humility, tolerance, and give honor to others where there is or there is no honor due, and without expecting any honor in return. And that was what our Gurudeva Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj would repeat all the time. He would say many times when he was here, he was giving darshans and things, we were all together and he was talking many beautiful, enlightening, and then he would say, and I am asking every day I'm asking you, this I'm asking from my heart, just be a Vaishnava, be a Vaishnava. And so someone asked, yes, Gurudeva, but be a Vaishnava, how is it to be a Vaishnava? And Gurudeva said, I'm saying every day, be humble, be tolerant, humility, tolerance, and give honor to others. Don't expect any honor in return. So this seems very simple word, but they are not simple at all. You see, when you try to put it in practice, you can never really do it. You can never really do it. It's like unbelievable. You just, oh yeah, okay. You even like to repeat it all. Humility, tolerance, give honor. And when something comes, oops, all forgot. Oops, again. Oh, I did it again. But then
Not you, Vita.
Yes, I'm doing it all the time. But because I just say, I am this crying baby.
You're a liar.
You're meant to be talking from personal experience.
Listen, I'm doing it all the time. But because I am praying to Gurudeva. But Gurudeva, now, how do you do? What shall we do here? Italian way. So, and really, that I can say, personal experience, yeah, Janata knows that, Italian way, but che facciamo? Like that. So, yeah, the thing is, you do have Gurudeva inspiring your heart, really. You may not want to hear it, or you may not even believe it is happening, but it does happen. It does happen. It needs, like, who knows what it needs, but it happens. You are praying for Gurudeva, what shall we do? What would you do? What is best, for your satisfaction? It comes. It's amazing, Maharaj. And then is that what I can share with all these new people here. Do believe. Do open your heart. Do let that flow through you. And that will bring with it the kindness that we are searching for. We want to be kind. Why aren't we kind? Because we are all tormented. And what is the torment? All this, I want, I need more. Oh, you have this, pretty dress. I must have a prettier dress than you. Want. That's why we cannot let the kindness is there and is not coming out. The love, the affection, the real love. See people. Who are you? You presented this body now, but who are you really? And you want to see that. You wanna be the instrument for the Lord to reach out to that person in any way, bona fide, so kind of or not. Sometimes you're going to do something that society would not say, oh, what is this person doing, this old lady or whatever, young or... Doesn't matter, because it's not coming from your mind, your brain, your society requirement. It's coming from a higher plane where the soul belongs and where the soul is trying and crying, let me out, let me just help you. And we're on a stay. My mind is helping me, So, that's a nagging person. But it's not, It's really what the essence is. That essence of that soul that wants to manifest what is really Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti means devotion, dedication. Okay, what is that devotion and dedication? You're going to do something. You're going to do. That's what I told my friend here. When I hear that he's doing Seva, I cried. Didi, really he's doing... I start crying in the shoulder of Didi here. Divya Shakti. I couldn't believe it. The mercy, the blessing. This fortunate soul has so much good fortune. So this is it. You wanna... Bhakti means action. Action. You gotta... Because if... You love something and you just keep on looking to this. Oh, I love you. You are very nice. Oh, you are so beautiful. I love you. But what that love is, just saying it. When you want to do something, for the satisfaction, for the happiness of that one that you are saying you love. That is really love. Not this, oh, you look so beautiful. Let's go out. Let's go for the dinner. Or so, you know, this is, well, yeah, something the material world will teach you. But in other words, let me just myself take from this situation for me, you know. So this is what society teaches, but the teachers of Bhakti Yoga, not teaching what is natural for all of us, is that, you know, you want to do something. You want to let that kindness come out. You want to be the instrument of this saintly that comes to the planet to help us. So as you are getting this, and Gurudeva say, when you eat something, you yourself feel satisfied. No one has to tell you, oh, my belly is already satisfied. You ate. You are satisfied. And you know. So you have that. It's given to you. So the next thing you want to do, give it to others. If you have something beautiful, it's natural. You young people know you have something beautiful. You just don't put in the drawer and leave there. You just want to share to your friends. Wow, look this, you know, like she said. She knows that it's so nice, it's so beautiful. She shares with her friends. And she doesn't have to use many words. She just have to be herself and tell you guys, isn't it? Oh, this is so nice. Come to the temple. Because she knows, she's feeling her own self. She doesn't want to put that joy in a drawer and hide it. She wants to bring it out and show, look. And in this showing and talking about it, you also receive that vibration, that energy. And you also feel, wow, that's nice. Let me go with her and find out more. You know, that really, that kindness, that affection, that sharing comes out. And so this is Bhakti Yoga. And I don't want to talk too much, but as for me, Seva is the is the tonic. Is the tonic for all of us in this path. And for me, is the principal thing. I am always saying, oh my goodness, Bhakti, Bhakti, Seva, Seva, please keep me under your feet. Gurudeva, keep me on your feet. Vaishnavas, keep me under your feet and give me some activity. Give me some activity. And in that activity, you are doing, but actually you are not doing. You are receiving. That's the secret. You think you are doing. Oh, I am doing this, I am doing that. That's foolishness. You are not, you know, you're not. He already experienced that. He is new, so he's... no, actually, you are receiving. You are receiving. It's so hard for us to believe that because the material world does not teach us that. Material world, since you are very little going to school, get, you know, you're going to... Then when you are doing and you think I'm not doing, I am receiving, very hard to see this. But that is the trade secret of Bhakti Yoga, Vaishnavism, the yoga of love, affection, kindness, beauty, all these things that we don't think really we can find, they are there. And we don't have to look for them, they just automatically come. When you let all your guards out, when you let all this false ego, me and mine, and I want, and this, and I need to be happy, when you let it out, then you will just flow. Because it's completely natural. And Bhakti Yoga is the best yoga ever. And it's in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna says, of all the yogis, I like you guys, you are good yogis, but of all of the yogas, the best yoga is the Bhakti Yoga. So be a yogi. What? A yogi that does all this exercise? Good. It makes your body fit, and then you can, you know, you have a better instrument, you know, to do everything you need in relation to your devotion. But that bhakti, which is really what is the essence of everything. And what is bhakti? What is bhakti? Can anybody answer? Bhakti? It's devotion. Devotion. Okay? So Jayanta told me I gone too far. Sorry. Thank you very much. And Italian, my Italian brother.
And to Arun Krishna, please. this Bhakti Yoga teaching has originated from India. You can say India is like the headquarters, and we are fortunate to have with us an Indian-bodied devotee. But Bhakti Yoga is not only for Indians or only for Americans or only for Italians or only for any one department. It is for everybody. It is a natural function of the soul of the living entity. But please, from your personal experience, something which you may like to share to give us all a little encouragement in our pursuit of devotion.
Maharaj, I can't say for encouragement, but I can say I'm an Indian with a big fat ego,
Hare Krishna.
and covered with illusion, and I'm not joking. And what really got me here was after a lot of wanting to seek answers to questions related to all things. I'm a scientist by training, and I'm inundated in materialism like anything. That's one part that I understand a little. And then when I'm trying to understand, I know that's totally incomplete. And there are bigger questions out there. And those are the things that I've been trying to seek answers to. And I'm 10 million times thankful, greatly humbled and thankful to those Vaishnavas who showed me the way. And I'm greatly indebted to Braja Didi, Kumkum Didi, and Pushta Krishna Prabhu, because they are the one who showed me, who really attracted me to say, what is in these people? What is this devotion that I see in these people that puts to shame my egocentric thing? I'm an Indian. I'm learned. I come from a family where I know certain things, and I'm the owner of Krishna Katha. I'm the owner of Ram Katha. That kind of ego in the heart. But then I saw these devotees whose devotion is 10 million times more than what I thought I had. And then I met Pushta Krishna Prabhu, who clearly indicated his connection with Krishna is so valuable, and it answers all the questions that are in my heart. And what I have always found here is that in this association, I have seen people, every question that you have, every material question that you have, every spiritual question that we have, are totally fulfilled in happiness, joy, and understanding and affection. And that is what keeps me here. I'm not that useful, but whatever little things I could do, that's my little good fortune, is all that I can say. And I'm really thankful to all the Vaishnavas here, all the Vaishnav Thakurs here, who have allowed me and given me a new life, really.
And please, Mark, perhaps you could pass Mark to Jayanta Krishna Prabhu.
No, I don't want to.
No, okay. As you wish.
It's getting late. Can we have Kirtan?
We can have Kirtan.
I would love to share something very quick. I'll be brief, I promise.
Okay.
And also we have the Shivananda.
I know. And we have Indu Lekha.
And into
Really quick.
I would just like to say very quickly, as I know people are hungry and everything else, and we're all getting to bed. I would just like to say that this SES family and this whole Krishna consciousness thing is magic, because it's done the impossible. And I'll spare you many details, but I was, not in capacity of really doing much of anything when I showed up to the doorstep of SES in Salt Lake City. And where my, parents failed, where my teachers failed, where the probation officers, correction officers, police officers failed, and my own conscience even failed me. even my own family was inches from just pretty much totally giving up on me completely. And nothing worked, nothing satiated me at all until I came here. And I feel very alive and very grateful to be attempting to serve, to be allowed to be attempting to serve here. And I just hope everyone enjoys their experience here to the fullest and tries to do their service and sees the inner richness behind all this burning. It's very sweet.
Thank you for your And Yashodanandan Prabhu, few words.
Very well, Maharaj. Few words.
A few words.
Yes. Hungry. So
make everyone Krishna consciousness and inspired.
Okay.
So they have to surrender.
That's a lot of pressure. Okay, let's do this.
A lot of pressure.
So to start, I'm very thankful for all of the devotees, for the Lord who is within everyone's heart. That's something that I always try to remember now, because as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, I am seated in the heart of every living being, and I'm the source of remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. And through my own mistakes and failures along the way on my journey, Krishna has been nothing but merciful and graceful and compassionate, but most of all understanding and loving. Srila Prabhupada, I remember seeing I saved these little purports from Srila Prabhupada on my iPod, and there was this one where Prabhupada said, Krishna takes charge of those who come to him in helplessness. And that is very true. When I first came here to the Mat, and to the devotees, and to Parampara, to Srila Govinda Maharaj, I was very broken. And I still kind of am in no way capacity to be called a servitor, even a true Vaishnava. And through everyone's teachings here, from Tyagi Maharaj to my Gurudev Srila Janardhan Maharaj, Avadhu Maharaj, Madhusudan Maharaj, every single devotee here has taught me so much about Krishna consciousness and has tried to teach me more, but the Lord knows how stubborn I am and how stubborn I can be. And lately I've been trying to learn how to be less stubborn and to learn how to truly listen more. And to just become a better spiritual being. And to give what Krishna, Gurudev, the Parampara, and my ancestors have given me. To share and give that with every single one of you. Because in this world there is a severe scarcity of Krishna consciousness and Krishna conscious beings and sages. And one of the things that I really love about Krishna consciousness is that every single devotee, no matter what, they always see the best in you. They just want to help you improve, to help you reach the supreme goal, so that others may have that good fortune as well. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj said in Loving Search for the Lost Servant, if you can reach Krishna, everything is harmonized. And I thought that was very beautiful. And to also remember that, like Vimala said, to open up our hearts, to allow that grace, that divine love, that higher consciousness and awareness just inundate us. And in turn that will inundate and ripple out throughout the collective consciousness of humanity as well. If one can become Krishna conscious, then that ripples out to the whole of humanity, not just one. I've seen how interconnected not just I am with everything and everyone around me on 2 separate occasions, but It also showed me the amount of responsibility that I have to be good, stay focused, disciplined, and as Srila Sridhar Maharaj said in Loving Search, to march towards Krishna. That is a friendly call to all. And so long as that call goes throughout the world, there is always hope for humanity, for the world, and so that we may have a brighter future.
Okay, thank you very much. Alright, page 60 in the songbook, the first 4 verses of page... Oh, Hindu like it.
I'm very amazed by the mercy of the devotees. I remember in the very beginning, I was very idealistic and I was thinking, wow, those people are so amazing, they're perfect, they're just pure. And then after some time, I would, for example, to come to some other temple and I would see somebody and think, wow, this guy's gonna go soon. I can feel it. He's just so obnoxious. Or somebody would do something wrong and I would think, man, his days are numbered, I don't know. And then I would come back to the same place and I see those people still there and devotees are giving them love and they're flourishing and it just added like a different dimension to the whole thing. It's even better this way. It's not stale, it's just so flavorful, and so dynamic, and I'm just still, I'm amazed. Jai, all the devotees and the mercy. Okay, Jai.
Okay, thank you. Spasibo Bolshoi. Thank you very much. Alright, page 60 in the songbook, and then we can always continue individually at different points.
Can I share one more quick thing, Maharaj?
Quick thing, because
very quick.
Everyone's
I
hungry.
promise, very quick, very quick. Thank you. One thing that Pushta Krishna Prabhu taught me, and I'm very thankful, is Bhagavatam classes every Saturdays. He once told me that he would give his life to help me become a great Vaishnava. And I'm trying to be better and to live up to that. But the main point is, he once told us during class that Bhakti Yoga means to choose Krishna at every moment.
Thank you very much.
Bravo. Bravo.